Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, Secretary General Schmidt, Director McCarthy, Representative Ribeiro, High Commissioner Abdrakhmanov, President Kauma, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. Let me first thank the chairpersonship. Thank you, Buyar, for offering us your hospitality, and thank you too for your tireless work and leadership. Your work as chair of the OSCE throughout this challenging year is the best proof that entrusting the chair of the organization to North Macedonia at the Tirana Ministerial Council in 2020 was the right choice. I have a very strong connection to the OSCE. An important part of my career is tied to this organization. I can attest to its value and strength and also its limitations. I believe that the way the OSCE responds to the challenges it faces today will define its future. But in order to face the future, we must first recognize the source of the challenge we face today. The biggest threat to our security today, indeed to our entire security architecture, including this very organization, is Russia and its illegal war of aggression against Ukraine. This tragic war has had dramatic repercussions for the OSCE across all three dimensions. By misusing the unique mechanism of our cooperation, the consensus, and by blocking it for all important decisions, Russia has sought to weaken and paralyze our organization. We heard the same distorted messaging a few minutes ago. Same words as in 1956, 1968, 2008, 2014, 2022. Then they send us the tanks. In the meantime, other conflicts and crises, the panoply of transnational threats, terrorism, organized crime, violent extremism and cybercrime, and the adverse effects of climate change on security continue to cause suffering and hardship for many of the 1 billion people that the OSCE umbrella covers. They take a heavy toll on human rights and fundamental freedoms too, particularly on women and children. Developments in Afghanistan or in the Middle East have again highlighted the necessity for OSCE's enhanced engagement with our Asian and Mediterranean partners for cooperation. All of these challenges require a strong organization. In the Western Balkans, in our region as a whole, and many of our individual countries, we know firsthand what a positive impact a strong OSCE can have. We know too that a strong OSCE is once again needed today, because despite the progress of past decades, the old threats that have plagued the history of our region are once again rearing their heads. And again, behind these attempts to foment trouble in the Western Balkans, we can distinguish the same hand that is trying to weaken the OSCE. The events in Kosovo are but the latest flashpoint in this attempt to draw attention away from the war in Ukraine by stirring up conflict in the Western Balkans. We're doing our best to counter these threats alongside our allies and partners. Albania continues to work hard and proactively for a stable and peaceful Western Balkans. We remain a guarantor of our region's European orientation of security, stability and democracy. But a concerted and committed effort by all our friends and partners is needed to neutralize these attempts to take us back to a time of identity politics and conflict. Kosovo and Serbia must resolve all differences through dialogue, of course. There is no alternative to dialogue. But we must all recognize that the best way to make the Western Balkans, and by extension Europe, more secure is to recognize Kosovo's independence and grant its rightful place at this table and to any other international forums. Mr. Chair, the OSCE has a unique role to play in promoting peace and security in these times of global turbulence. With the outcomes of this Ministerial Council, we have taken a small step forward, but we still have a very long way to go. And the path forward, by necessity, passes through the restoration of our principles and commitments. It will not be easy, but it's the only way. Albania commends the readiness of any participating state to step up as chair. It is a huge responsibility, it's true. But a far greater and heavier responsibility for us all would have been to have no chair for next year. Fortunately, that outcome seems to have been avoided. I congratulate Malta for coming forward to lead us next year. It is our duty too to secure continuity and full representation for the 4 most senior positions of the executive structures. The Secretary General and the heads of institutions have done commendable work and merit the continuation of their mandates. Many thanks to their dedication. And many thanks to the hundreds of great staff members that work for the OSCE. We should support them, so they should support us. Good luck to you, dear Chair, and to us all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I thank Minister Hasani.